Welcome back. So this topic is explain penetration testing concept. So there's three different types of testings: penetration testings, vulnerability scannings, and risk assessment. So this you can compare these three of these. So there's a list you can find here: active reconnaissance, passive reconnaissance, pivot, initial exploitations, persistence, escalations of privilege, Blackbox. That was a typo. So Whitebox, Greybox. So you can see the picture there. So how the security testing flow works. So one by one, so gather informations, planning, analyze, vulnerability detections, penetration testings, report, analyze, remediations. Again, the gathering information testing requirements, so applications for walkthrough, define scopes, information gathering. So this is a workflow how the security testings perform in the organizations. Penetration testing. So the penetration testing occasionally is a pen test. Is a method evaluating computers and network security by simulating an attack on a computer systems or network from external and internal threats. The process involves an active analysis of the system for any potential vulnerabilities that could result from poor or improper system configurations, both known and unknown hardware or software flaws, or operational weakness in process or technical countermeasure. This analysis is carried out from the positions of a potential attacker and can involve active exploitations of security vulnerabilities. Security issue is uncovered through the penetration test or presented to the system's owner. Effective penetration test will couple these informations with an accurate assessment of the potential impact to the organizations and outlines a range of technical and procedural countermeasures to reduce risk. You can see the pictures, very good example of this. So gather information so before you proceed the next phase. So threat hunting. So what we mentioned here is a threat modeling. So it's a you should know so what this is a good or bad sort of thing. So vulnerability analyze and exploitations and post exploitations and reporting. So this is a workflow. Penetration testing requirements. So a typical penetration test will follow these patterns: initial engagement, scoping, testing, reporting, and follow-up. This should be sensitive rating for any issue found. For this model, we assume that you wish to know what the impact of attacker exploiting a vulnerability would be and how likely it is to occur. You have an internal vulnerability assessment and management process. So, information gathering, discovery, and reconnaissance. So passive reconnaissance we talked about earlier. So an attempt to gain information about the targeted computers and networks without actively engaging with the systems. Example: collecting information from public database, talking to the employee, partners, and dumpster diving. And then active reconnaissance, gather information about targeted systems by actively engaging with the target system, directly focus on the system using Nmap. There's a lot of tool around the port scanning using Nmap, trace out informations, network mapping, vulnerability scanning to identify the weakness that could be used to launch an attack. Blackbox, Whitebox, Greybox. These are three main types of testing. The tester, then the black box. The tester has absolutely no knowledge of the system and functions in the same manner as outsider attacker. So the black box meaning that no information is shared with the testers about these internal of the targets. The types of testing is performed from an external perspective and is aimed at identify way to access an organization's internal IT assets. These more accurately model the risks faced from attackers that are unknown or unaffiliated to the target organizations. However, the lack of information can also result in vulnerabilities remaining undiscovered in the time allocated for testing. Whitebox. The tester has significant knowledge of these systems. This simulates an attacker from insiders, a rogue employee. Full information about the target is shared with the tester. Yes. So these types of testing confirm the efficacy of internal vulnerability assessments and management controls by identifying the existing of known software vulnerabilities and common misconfigurations in an organization's systems. Greybox. This is middle ground between the first two types of testings. In Greybox testing, the tester has some limited knowledge of the target system. Okay, next, the types of testing. So non-intrusion tests involve passively testings of security control, perform vulnerability scannings, and probe of weakness but not exploiting them. Intrusive tests involve actually trying to exploit vulnerability to break into the network. So the next one is penetration testing activities. So initial exploitations gain footholds on systems network. This is often with lesser privilege or access. Pivot. So the pivot is attacking a system using another compromised system that is trusted to one you are attacking, often done on the same network through island hopping. Persistence, maintenance access for period of time, hiding. Escalation of privilege, gain elevated privilege access to resources that are normally protected from an application or users. So penetration test, as you see the definitions above. So a penetration test is essentially to attempt to exploit these vulnerabilities. Vulnerability scans is allow tester to identify specified vulnerabilities in the network systems or applications. Most penetration testers will start with these procedures so that they can identify likely target to attack. Risk assessment, so allows an organization to understand the cybersecurity risk to organizational assessment systems or individual. Questions. In initials conducting a present, you find vulnerabilities on a separate less secure servers on the same network as the one you are investing. You use access to that server to then attack the target server. This type of exploit is known as answer. Pivoting. Okay, next ones. Of the following types of testing steps which focus on directly scanning a systems, use the techniques such as port scans, network mappings, ICMP scans to identify potential weakness. Answer. Active reconnaissance. Okay, that's it guys. We'll see you on next video. So please subscribe my channels, press the bell button. Bye bye, see you.